Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, I want to tell you about the secret to a truly heavenly scent. But, this isn't one you can just go out and buy in a bottle. Nope. This is a story about a fragrance so powerful it could travel for miles, and so pure it actually benefited everyone who came across it. Think about it. We live in a world that's pretty obsessed with scents, right? The perfume industry is just massive, with all of us looking for that one perfect signature fragrance. But what if the most incredible, most desirable scent you could possibly imagine wasn't something you could buy at all? What if it was something you had to create from inside yourself? To find the answer, we've got to travel back in time. This story comes from an ancient collection of tales, and it holds this really fascinating clue about where a truly heavenly aroma comes from.
Now, our story doesn't begin with a queen or some wealthy merchant. It starts with a very simple woman living a very humble life. And her story shows us how one single, sincere act can have consequences that, well, they just ripple across lifetimes.
So, in the ancient city of Shravasti, this woman's whole world was basically fragrance. Every single day, her job was to sit and carefully grind fragrant wood, turning it into this fine, aromatic powder. It was simple, probably pretty repetitive work, but it's how she made her living. And then, one ordinary day turned completely extraordinary. As she was doing her work, she just happened to look up, and she saw the Buddha walking through the city streets. This one moment, well, it was about to change everything for her.
Seeing him, she wasn't struck by awe or fear or anything like that. She was just filled with this pure, overwhelming feeling of joy. And this detail is so important. Her motivation wasn't about getting something in return. It was just a completely spontaneous, happy reaction straight from the heart.
So, moved by this incredible joy, she did the only thing she could think to do. She took the fragrant powder she had just finished grinding, the product of all her hard work, and she respectfully applied it to the Buddha's feet as an offering. A small, simple gesture, right? But it came from a place of just pure sincerity. And that one small act, it had a truly wondrous result. After her life on Earth came to an end, her story was far from over. In fact, you could say it was just beginning, in a way she never, ever could have imagined. The transformation was just astounding. She was reborn, but not here on Earth. She was reborn in the heavens as a radiant celestial being. Her entire humble existence was swapped for a divine one, which just goes to show how powerful that single moment of pure intention really was. But her new form had some very specific, really remarkable qualities. Her entire body literally shone with the luster of pure gold. And this is the incredible part. She gave off this divine fragrance, a wondrous, beautiful scent that was way more captivating than any other being in the heavens. And the power of this fragrance was just immense. It could travel a distance of 4,000 li. Now, to put that in perspective for you, 1 li is about half a kilometer. So her scent could be detected 2,000 kilometers away. That's over 1,200 miles. Can you imagine a perfume with that kind of range? But here's the thing. This fragrance wasn't just pleasant. It was actively beneficial. The story says that anyone who smelled it received a great benefit. This wasn't just a perfume. It was like a blessing that spread far and wide, actually helping everyone it touched. Naturally, a being this extraordinary is going to attract some attention. One of the heavenly kings, just astonished by her golden glow and incredible fragrance, came up to her and asked, "How did you do this? What amazing good deed did you do in your past life to get such a wondrous reward?" And her answer, well, it gets right to the very heart of the story. She explained the direct link between cause and effect. The cause was so simple. Just a small handful of incense powder offered with a pure and totally joyful heart. And the effect? This wondrous new life, a golden body, and a scent that helped all beings. But the story doesn't end there, with her just enjoying her heavenly reward. Understanding the reason for her good fortune sparked a whole new desire inside her, a desire for something even greater. Realizing that her wonderful new life was a direct result of that one encounter with the Buddha, she decided to go back to the human realm. See, she wasn't content to just enjoy the effect. She wanted to understand the cause more deeply. She was seeking wisdom. So she appeared before the Buddha one more time,
but this time she was there to listen to his teachings. And upon hearing them, she achieved this profound state of spiritual insight, a deep understanding of how reality works. This, even more than the heavenly reward, was the real culmination of her whole journey.
So, what is the secret to this heavenly fragrance? The story gives us a pretty clear recipe, actually. Let's break down what this powerful tale is really telling us. Her path, when you look at it, followed four really clear steps. It all started with a sincere offering. That led to a heavenly rebirth. But instead of just stopping there, she sought to understand the cause of it all, and that quest ultimately led her to attain true wisdom. This story gives us a whole new definition for fragrance. The true fragrance isn't some physical scent. It's the beautiful, lasting, and beneficial impact that our actions have on the world when they come from a place of genuine, pure-hearted generosity. Ultimately, the takeaway is simple, but it's so profound. It wasn't the powder itself that was so special. It was the pure joy in her heart as she gave it. The story just brilliantly illustrates that the sincere intention behind an action can be far more powerful and create far greater results than the material value of the act itself. And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. The story suggests that all of our actions, when they're done with a certain quality of heart, release the kind of fragrance into the world. So as you go about your day, what kind of fragrance will your actions create?